This client of ours scaled from $0 to $100,000 per month in less than 10 months using nothing else than hyper-efficient meta ads and emails, with no financing or investors, with no big influencers backing them up, just a smart, carefully engineered growth strategy that we deployed for them. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Omar Eddaoudi, and for the past 5 years, I've been working with 6, 7, and 8-figure direct-to-consumer brands to execute cutting-edge growth strategies to deploy inside their business to facilitate their growth. And in today's video, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be breaking down the entire strategy that we used for this business to facilitate their growth from $0 to $100,000 per month in less than a year. And I'm going to show you exactly how that applies for your business and how you can apply it within your brand to see the same results. Let's get straight into it. All right, we are live. We are back. So essentially what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you obviously the back end, the revenue growth. As you can see, we can kind of call it an exponential curve where every month just builds and builds and builds and builds on the other one, right? And that's exactly what you want to see when you know that you're doing a good job when it comes to learning from what the market tells you and just being in tune with the market, right? When you're experiencing a yo-yo effect, typically it's because one month you've kind of nailed it, but then the next month you're just changing everything up and you're not really in tune with your marketplace. Here, we can kind of say that we were perfectly in tune with the marketplace, with what they wanted, especially with the brand that, was making literally zero when we started and up to a point where they were making 80,000-ish per month in terms of revenue. So 80,000 pounds, that is, which amounts to $100,000. So let's get straight into it. Essentially here, what we did when we first started is we wanted to identify what is the mass desire of this market, right? Because the product is not a necessity. It doesn't solve a problem that is apparent to a lot of people. It's not like a skincare product that really solves something that you can see. So here we need to be a little bit more creative, okay? So what we did is we identified the mass desire as being the following here, as you can see. So it's essentially to feel unique and wanting to showcase your personality through a distinct product. That's the mass desire. People like to belong to some kind of movement or some kind of secret, I would say, cult, if you will, that they discovered, that they have the keys to. They have the privilege to share it with their friends and family, right? Like, you had a new song that you just discovered and it's the best song ever and you're just sharing it with all your friends and your family. That's the feeling that we wanted to recreate here, right? The feeling of being unique and being in tune with something that is cool, right? So a lot of people actually resonate with that mass desire and we went with it and the results speak for themselves. So what we wanted to do here is we wanted to create a content web where people would get lost. Because one of the things that we understood early on in 2024 was that given the fact that Facebook has 52,000 data points on every single user, we understand that a lot of people will only convert through videos or, they might convert with only carousels. They're more likely to convert, right? Because we're dealing with probabilities here. Or they need statics with a nice review on it to make a decision, right? Or to actually click on the ad, right? That's what really entices them, right? So essentially, we wanted to create a web where people would get lost and whatever, because we don't know for sure which user actually converts with which piece of content or format. We want to cast a wide web and capture as many people as possible. So we had carousels running, we had statics, obviously, we had a lot of videos, a lot of UGC, very raw, unfiltered content of the founders speaking, the founders holding the product, explaining the history of the brand, what the brand stands for, etc., etc. That really did wonders when it comes to the ads because it resonated a lot with the customer base that we were targeting, right? These people wanted an authentic product, right? They wanted an authentic experience and they wanted to support the small business, right? So all of that weaved into the content that we created. It just contributed to obviously making things very, very profitable on the cold acquisition side of things, okay? Now, before we continue the video, I have a little question for you. Have you ever felt alone or misunderstood while trying to grow your e-commerce business? If so, you might have felt that way because every single agency you work with just does not seem to have the tools and systems to facilitate the growth that you want to see in your business. Well, I'm here to say that for the past 5 years, we've been working with 6, 7, and 8-figure direct-to-consumer companies in every single sub-industry in the e-commerce space, and we've been successful in all of them. So if you're ambitious with your e-commerce business and you want to see growth, tangible growth, sustainable growth, but most importantly, profitable growth, you may want to spend the next 30 seconds after finishing this video to go check out our website, go check out our case studies, and make sure to book a call with us. We'll show you exactly how we can deploy cutting-edge growth strategies that are tailored and custom built to your business so that you don't have to worry about working with an agency ever again and you will have a partner for the long term. Now, let's go back to the video. So these are the ads that we created. They're very simple, but they kind of fit perfectly the vibe of the brand, right? Here you've got a reviews carousel. Here you've got more trust with not only the review itself, but also the Trustpilot badge with the 5 stars. You've got the cool pictures, cool lifestyle pictures. We're showing the product in nature because it's a very, Scottish connotated brand. We're showing the product in hand just so people can visualize what it looks like. We're showing the product being worn. We're showing the product on the tartan. So tartan is the actual fabric that they use to create the strap. So we're using the product in different settings, basically. On the video side, essentially, we're having the founders speak about their experience of, building a business from scratch, what the product is, what does it do, how you can use it, et cetera, et cetera. And then the statics, they kind of take all of these elements, and we just have different designs here that we've created with offers or with, 3 bullet points or just the product itself, right? That's the variety that we went with. Okay, nothing crazy here, but it resonated very, very deeply with this mass desire. Again, it all starts here. Okay, you can't hack yourself to, just having successful ads without going through this research here. Okay, so next, what we did is we used these angles here. Okay, the first angle that we used is that it's a custom item for you. It's made for you. It's a unique product. It showcases your personality. It showcases that you're just in tune with authentic brands, authentic companies. It's a versatile product. You can wear it anywhere. It's a product that gets you a piece of Scottish craftsmanship because obviously it's handmade and it's custom for you. And then what hit really hard is the versatile use. A lot of people, there's a huge market on the Apple Watch side of things. Like if you're selling straps or if you're selling some kind of product that is, an accessory, make sure you have Apple designed accessories or accessories designed for Apple products. Okay. It's crazy how well these perform. Okay. So these are the angles that we went with. So when it comes to the actual campaign structure, what we did is we had a very simple setup. We had one huge testing top of funnel campaign, one bottom funnel campaign, one middle funnel campaign, and then we had a scaling campaign that we used to scale the winners, basically. Nothing too complicated. We had 4 campaigns running at max. We had a Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign, but that's very short in time. But essentially what we did is we just had 4 campaigns running, 2 retargeting. And then when it came to the top of funnel, we had all of these running at once. And then obviously on the first purchase, we also had sometimes an offer, as you can see, with a 10% off, 10% off with a limited time kind of thing. Okay. So very simple, nothing crazy. But what really made things very interesting is that we were also involved in the emails. Okay. So essentially here, what we had is we had a bunch of emails going out. Obviously we had the flows and the automations. These are just a few. We had, I think at some point like 10 flows or something like that, 10 different flows, depending on the triggers and the scenario. So these are the welcome, the cart, and the browse, very simple designs, but on brand, just hitting hard on wherever they were in the customer journey. And we actually had a decent amount of money coming from flows. We also had a decent amount coming from campaigns as well. So at any given point, we had, I would say, 20 to 28% of revenue coming from emails. So that helped a lot, not only decrease our customer acquisition costs because we would recycle all the traffic that we had from the ads, but also it made us, just talk more about the brand. You can only do much on an ad, right? Because you're trying to sell the click. You're not selling the brand or the story, whatever. You're selling the click. And here you're selling the brand so that people can come back when they think of a gift for their families, when they think of a gift for their partner, when they think about, a graduation gift or a retirement gift or whatever, they think of you, right? So that's why we wanted to instill here. And obviously it worked. And this is the strategy that we used. Very, very simple. So essentially, guys, simplicity is going to win in 2025. Obviously, you need to have a good product. Obviously, you need to have good foundations. But this business didn't have any foundations, okay? And we still made it work with good research, good ads, and then a solid backend. Okay, this is 10% of the backend, by the way. And obviously the angles, right? It's not enough to just have the mass desire. You need to think outside the box and really test which angles are going to resonate. Here you've got 5 angles. We probably tested hundreds of angles, right, to find these winners here, right? So you need to test a lot. You need to test a lot of ads, and you need to test a lot of angles, and you need to test a lot of headlines, a lot of hooks to make sure that you have a win rate, that just increases with time, right? Okay. So it's not normal that your brand is just not scaling, right? We did it. We keep on doing it. And a lot of brands are benefiting from it. So it's not normal that your brand is stagnating. If you have an amazing product, by the way, that's like the bare minimum. If you have a good product and you're struggling and you're stagnating, it's not normal. Okay. You either have an acquisition problem or you just have a strategy problem. Okay. So with these strategies, the aim is to really just equip you with quick wins that you can implement in your business so that you can restart the wheel of success for your brand, right? If you're already killing it, obviously, good job. But using these strategies and just implementing bits and pieces here and there, that's going to help you as well. So hopefully that was of value, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, that was it for the entire strategy that we used for this business. Again, hopefully you got some value. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm sharing videos on a weekly basis on what we learn is working today in the e-commerce landscape. So make sure you don't miss out on those videos. Again, if you're interested in deploying cutting edge strategies that are built for your business, you can just click on the link below. You'll be redirected to a calendar, book a time with myself. I'll be speaking with you and making sure that you leave equipped with the tools and the systems that are required for you to actually break the plateau that you're facing in your business. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed and got some value from this video. I'll see you on the next one.